Hi guys, James here from Sunseeker Southampton. Continued lockdown for us here in the UK, so just here doing my weekly checks on my stock to make sure everything's up and running safely. So whilst I'm here, just thought I'd take the opportunity to show you around the largest boat we've currently got on site, which is a stock Sunseeker 95 yacht. This is hull number 446 in the range. I'll just turn the camera around for you here. You can see her up close and personal. Weighing in, she's 28 metres overall, powered by the larger 12V 1950 horsepower MTU engines. It's a Rolls-Royce parent company, so really the creme de la creme of engine options. Gives us a top speed planing, fully planing hull, looking in the upper 20 knot range. Very impressive here on the water, up close, personal. Typically moored in the med on a stern to starboard, so you never really get to fully appreciate quite what the volume is of this yacht. Lots of glass here, clever use of glass in the bulwark here, which allows natural light into the main deck cabin that we'll have a look at when we go on board. I've got the option here of a drop out balcony section with some rails, so again with those patio doors open, you imagine being at anchor. Really nice feature, opens into the dining area. And then just coming around here on the stern, we've got the optional larger upgrade platform that will take a 1,000 kilo lift in total, 900 kilo capacity. You can put a 5.2 metre Williams or similar style tender on the stern here. So really imposing. Got protected covers up at the moment. Step on board for the first time, and we'll start in the aft and work forward. So here is the crew cabin. Still is within 24 metre load line operational limits, so owner operator could run it with 1 or 2 deckhand assistants, although the boat is really geared up for 4/5 crew. Lots of these running charter through the summer season, so they've got a dinette area here as well. This particular boat's configured with a 5th berth here, so you've got this pull round curtain and drop down cushion. So they've got basic navigation monitoring stations here, so AV system, and then a small dinette galley area for basic preparation when the main galley's closed. We'll go up and have a look at that in a bit. And then you've got 4 crew bunks, so 2 to each cabin, 1 here on the starboard side, and then over on the port side as well. A further 2 beds. We've got Mylar washer dryer there, and they've got the bathroom here as a wet room. And whilst we're down here, we'll do the engine room as well. Noise from the fans here, I have to excuse the lighting in here. But we've got say 12V MTU engines, sequential turbo systems, beautiful bits of kit. The engineering in here is exquisite. So we've got lots of things like hydraulic power packs for fin stabilisation, fuel treatment systems. See CTV monitoring cameras up there. This is all your AC domestic systems. Chillers for the air conditioning system. And then you've got 3 generators, so you see outboard there, 1 on the starboard side and 2 over on the port. Full fire and flood monitoring systems. You can see the water main system up here. We've got space to put a couple more storage cages up here if you need to. So these are the hot water tanks. There's a second tank added in readiness for preparation of maybe wanting to add a jacuzzi up on the flybridge. So it's a beautiful space, whether you're an engineer working on something like this or just an owner very proud to come and show their friends around. It's a lovely place on the boat, apart from when you've been running for a couple of hours and then it's seriously warm. Right, let's head back on up, take a look on board. So say just a very quick tour today. The boat is not set up, all the cushions are in the saloon. You'll have to bear with me. I'll say during this isolation phase, just taking an opportunity whilst I'm doing my checks to give you a quick tour around boats we've got here for when restrictions are lifted. So we've got this large expansive aft cockpit. You imagine sitting, kids playing on the paddle boards at the back, jet skis and what have you. It's a really social area, somewhere to enjoy a drink in the evenings. We've got a little wet bar preparation area here with a sink, fridge in the cockpit cupboards here, And then over on the starboard side you've got the option for a third station control, so you just have a set of throttle and thruster controls there for easy docking. Let's head on out. Obviously teak decks, you'll notice if I just drop down with the camera, depth of these bulwarks, it's a really substantial, very safe place if you've got young kids walking around, even dogs. We've got an owner with 3 small dogs that's very happy bringing them on with her. Synthetic capping on the rails here, which just keeps the maintenance down. Obviously real wood on the decks themselves. LED lighting, feature lighting all around the deck. Twin Lumar hydraulic winches. So those twin anchors up forward there, so multitude of different mooring configurations. Of course the ship's bell there up forward. Real imposing view from here. So we've actually got a seating area, and then up above there's that massive sun pad which is sitting above the master cabin. Big Kallenberg air horn up top there. Very picturesque here down on the Hamble River. So unfortunately very quiet at the moment, with all boating stopped until further notice, but hopefully still going to be a season here of sorts at some shape through the summer months. We're obviously part of the Sunseeker London Group, so we've got 41 offices in 20 countries, so selling boats all over Europe and throughout the world. So still regular shipments off down to the Mediterranean. Factory's currently on a lockdown, but we envisage them reopening at some stage to allow us to continue deliveries of ongoing client orders. Of course we keep some boats like this one for stock. This is the only Sunseeker approaching 100 foot that we have available for the 2020 season. It's rare to see one of these come up, but I say it's an opportunity today just to give you an idea of what one is all about. So you have to excuse, I say all the cushions out. Apologies, it's not set up for a full detailed viewing. Starboard side here when we come in, so we've got full AV pack, 55-inch TV in that high-low box. And then over on the port side here, try and come around behind the cushions, we've got this big L-shaped seating area, so it's a very social space. Those patio doors are 3 sections, so they stack back on the port side to give you a nice big open area. And if we just come in on these cushions, you can see this is a lovely, like a silver canvas fabric. It's a very very luxury feeling, very modern in here. So this is it's a Venge wood in a satin finish, lots of little stainless steel inlaid details and bits of stone here in the table. And then if we come across on the port side, you can see again on the top of this worktop, it's got almost like a fleck in it. It's beautiful. Lots of storage. Again, this is like this is a painted finish, silver paint that we do again with the stainless inlay. Got these lovely inlaid carpets in the floor. So it's a silver oak Cadarin hardwood floor. So as an owner-operator stroke crewed boat, we've got a semi-commercial galley. So we've got a sort of basic food prep area here when we first come in, and then full-on preparation area, good size commercial refrigeration. So these are fridges in the top and then freezers in the bottom. You imagine spending several weeks away, plenty of room, and typically as a charter boat you'd run this with a chef on all the time. We've got a side door access here out to the deck, so the crew can serve aft without going through the main saloon area. I'll just work my way back through past the cushions. You see there on the starboard side now those patio doors I referenced earlier, and you can see the balcony section that drops out on the outboard bulwark there. So it's a lovely feature in the evenings if you're sat on the anchor watching the sun go down. Then we'll go down first. So there's 2 options on the boat in terms of layout. This particular boat's configured 5 cabins, so we've got 4 downstairs and then master on main deck. There is also the option to have this area as a 3 cabin down here, so it would be 4 in total. But as a charter boat, a bit more versatile with the 4. So you've got two twin 2 double cabins. So those 2 beds can slide the inboard bed here coming outside to give you a double. There is actually the option on the walls here if you ever needed to add it of a drop down Pullman bed, so we could take the accommodation up by another 2 if needed. Of course, every cabin is en suite, so we've got lovely beautiful stone featured Carrara marble here on all the worktops. Great size shower compartments, a soaker shower in the roof, and of course AV throughout. The boat's pre-wired for satellite TV. We don't fit it as standard from the factory just because there's so many different options in terms of how people watch and listen to music and TV these days. So these are mirror image cabins, okay, with that second bathroom there. And then heading aft, we've got two fixed double cabins. So big windows behind those blinds, loads of natural light in down here. We're obviously very close to the water here, so it's a beautiful feeling waking up in the morning and opening those curtains to be able to see the water outside. Again, AV up on the bulkhead, and then we've got lovely size shower compartment again. Same detailing throughout the boat, and these are mirror image both sides, port and starboard. So say eight guest berths down here as standard, with the option to add those Pullmans to take it to 10 if needed. Coming up here back to main deck, so we've got a day head, small day heads compartment here, just to save guests who are on board for the day not going into any of the guest accommodation. And then the party piece of the boat, really what sells the boat to a lot of owner operators, is this main deck master cabin. So we've moved off the lower deck cabin where typically on a yacht this size your master would be. We've now got these massive expansive glass windows. You can see why now you have the holes in the bulwark there with the additional glass. It's a stunning place for an owner to spend time on board. Imagine how much lateral light's coming in. So it's a centerline double bed, and then it's a duplex style, so we've got curved stairs here taking us down the dressing closet area here on the mid deck, if you like, with good size wardrobes, full length hanging, etc. And then tucked underneath we've now got this beautiful beautiful bathroom. So huge shower here on the port side, and of course a toilet. There's room to have a combi bidet in there as well, depending on where the boat's being used. So lovely stainless steel rails here. Feature LED lighting throughout, both exterior and interior. It's all dimmable. Really get a nice feel on the boat, no matter what time of day it is. If we work back aft, we'll head up the stairs here, which will take us to the bridge. So 2 driving positions on the boat as standard. This is the main internal bridge, and then we've got an external one we'll head up to in a sec. So there's a sort of mess area up here for the crew, either when you're on voyage or if you've got an owner who wants to sit up here with their captain, just enjoying the view. Imagine the view outside from here is panoramic, glass on 3 sides, central captain's chair here, and all the controls then falling nicely to hand. So you have to apologise about the flashing, it's the screen rate on the camera. So 3 19-inch displays here, so I can display all sorts of multitude of information depending on whether it's navigation equipment, monitoring systems for engines, CCTV cameras. So this is our 3rd station monitoring panel that's giving me tank readings, things like battery systems, shore power systems, control of my generators. So everything's nicely to hand for captain. I've got my proportional hydraulic, sliding the bow and stern thruster controls, my MTU multifunction gearboxes, so I can run single lever, I can run trolling valves. So it's a very very comprehensive system from MTU. Beautiful engines. The boat really does get up and go once those turbos scroll up, and then straight up onto the flybridge. So looks a bit bare up here without all those cushions out. Imagine backrests and what have you. It's a great space to be enjoying the sunshine. So we've got a wet bar on the starboard side of the boat, which is fully integrated with things like a griddle. There's a top loading cool box in here, ice maker and fridge underneath, little sink. Then of course the bar stools here, somewhere to enjoy a drink if you've got a hostess or a stew on board. And then when you're underway, you've got there will be a backrest and some raised seating here, so you've got sort of co-pilot seat on the port side. Starboard side is a repeat of all the instrumentation downstairs. You've got 3 16-inch displays up here, full functionality. So say if we're just standing here at the helm, you can imagine the visibility around the boat is fantastic. Optional fibre, it's a carbon fibre hardtop here in a composite, weighs 400 kilos rather than 1,000 kilos in GRP, and it's got a centre opening section here, and then also on the aft end you'll notice this further electric sunblind that comes out. Lots of different options for the aft deck here, so we can put a hot tub here, 4-person jacuzzi here on the port side. The boat's actually plumbed in for that in case we were retrofitting. There's also preparation up here for a flybridge crane, so you'll see those rails on the back have got removable thumb screws and they all come out. Then we can add a retrofit crane and then 2 jet skis up here if you wanted to. Although a lot of owners these days like to leave this just as a nice big teak open space. You have some beautiful freestanding teak furniture, and then it's very versatile, whether it's for partying or just somewhere to enjoy the sunshine. It's a great space without the faff of getting jet skis on and off. Of course, the modern Williams jet tenders are still getting towards 50 knots anyway, so sitting on the platform there with very easy launch and recovery, it's easy to understand why that's the go-to for most people. A little bit of detailing up top, so they're actually fiberglass dummy domes up there at the moment for satellite. So with the advent of internet TV, really lots of people moving away from satellite now. They're painted in a gloss black, again with the radar chair and the radar up top, and then these feature mullions on the outboard side of the roof combing here, just to give a little bit more detail to the boat. Breaks up the fact that there is a lot of fiberglass up here, especially in a really bright light. So I say it's a very comprehensive spec boat, as we see here today, loaded up AV, navigation, lots of interior detail. We're looking at around just under £7.2 million sterling excluding tax. Very little really to add other than a tender and water toys to make the boat a realistic on the water proposition. Of course, she's sat here, I say, in the water at Swanwick on the south coast of the UK at the moment, and apart from a final PDI and any retrofitting of names and final bits and pieces, there's very little needed before she's going to be ready to set sail. So as soon as travel restrictions are relaxed, hopefully there's an opportunity for anybody seriously looking at something like this to come down and check her out. Say, unique proposition in the market for us this year, say, with no other Sunseekers around the 100-foot size available for the 2020 season. My name is James, say James Lumley from Sunseeker Southampton. My mobile is +44 7747 686 587. My email is james@sunseekersouthampton.com. So sorry it's a brief tour today and the boat's not fully set up, but I just thought you'd rather see a little bit of something rather than nothing. So any further questions, please get in touch. We look forward to hearing from you.